your job requires you to show up, so why not show up for yourself? That's how I think about it, right? Like, there are things that I'm showing up for that I might not necessarily enjoy, but it still is for a purpose, it still is for a goal. Good morning, y'all. It is 6 a.m. I actually am running a bit late. I should have been up at 5, but I think that this is the perfect opportunity to share what it looks like to show up when you really don't feel like it, when you really just feel like staying in bed. And I get this question a lot, like, oh, you're so motivated. How do you stay so motivated? It's not motivation. I've literally had to reprogram my mind, like hack my mind to show up and do things that are required for me to see results in the gym. And what do I mean by that? Like, I'll give you an example. Might be TMI for some, but I know cycle syncing is a thing. I'm in my luteal phase or whatever, because I don't know if you could say that on the tube, but my girl is coming to visit me very soon. And typically, I get tired, like so tired, and I just don't feel like being bothered. So, one of the things that I did to like really just shift my mindset is to sit and think about all of the excuses that might keep me from showing up in the gym. And one big excuse is I'm on my cycle. So I know like some ladies like to do yoga or Pilates, but for me, especially in this season of doing a lean bulk, and if you haven't caught up on my last video, like I laid out all my goals and what we're doing for the next 3 months, but I'm in a lean bulk, so I cannot miss that many days of weight training and still be able to progress in the way that I need. So I have to plan around it. So I literally sit and figure out when my lady is visiting me and program my high intensity workouts around that. So leg day is really high intensity for me. And I made sure this week, since I know I'm going to visit this week, that my leg day happens before she shows up, because I'm not going to feel like being bothered. I'm not going to have the energy to strength train. I'm just not going to be there. And I still want to be able to honor how I'm feeling while also balancing the fact that I need to show up for my goals, right? Like, your job requires you to show up, so why not show up for yourself? That's how I think about it, right? Like, there are things that I'm showing up for that I might not necessarily enjoy, but it still is for a purpose, it still is for a goal. And the gym is the same thing. Your body goals are the same thing. Your fitness and health goals is the same thing, right? Another excuse that I used to have, especially early on, is, especially once I figured out that like dumbbell weights weren't going to get me the size and shape that I needed, I was like, I don't know how to lift heavy. So I literally, I don't know how to lift heavy, and I also wasn't consistent in the gym. So I literally hired somebody to teach me how to lift, how to recover through personal training. Like $600 a month I invested in myself for a year to learn the proper way to lift, the proper way to do mobility training, the proper way to do active recovery, like all of that. And then I did stuff outside of working with my trainer to just understand like how your body moves, how it's supposed to move, why you train certain muscle groups, how you train certain muscle groups. So even when I'm in the gym, and I go to a big box gym, right? So another excuse is like, oh, well, all my equipment is taken. Well, that doesn't happen to me anymore, because now I know the why behind my exercises. And say if I can't do squats because all the squat racks are taken, I know that I could get a heavy dumbbell and do a goblet squat, or I know what to do on a leg press machine or a hack squat machine, right? Like, so I know not only what modifications I can do, but I also know how to program my workouts, right? So if I'm working posterior chain, I know that means I'm working my back, my whole back. I'm working my glutes, I'm working my hamstrings, like everything on the back of my body, right? So like thinking about movement patterns and not just aesthetics, thinking about why I'm showing up to the gym, why I'm even sacrificing, why I'm putting aside my personal feelings of whatever it may be, including fatigue right now. But that's just like a part of it. It's a process and it takes time, but it's like I literally have to just shift my mental, right? Like, and just remember why I'm doing this and how I feel as a result of it. Like, that's the important part. Like, at the end of the day, you want to feel great. So for me, I tailor every aspect, not just of my fitness routine, but all the aspects of my life around what I want, how I want to feel, and making sure that I'm checking in to make sure like I still feel good about it. Am I always going to feel motivated to do it? No. But do I feel good about it? And do I feel good once I leave the gym? Yeah. And then also I appreciate y'all for even like taking the time to share this space with me. And big thank you to everyone who bought the meal prep nutrition guide. Like, one, those are literally meals that I eat. And this journey has had a lot of bumps. But one thing I can say is when I really am on point with my nutrition, it just makes such a huge difference. Like, they're not lying when they say 80% of it is in the kitchen. So one of the questions I got was about some of the recipes, like, can you shift things like that around just to your needs? And yes, absolutely, right? Like, I made it based on the things that I enjoy that work for me. But of course, if you are a red meat eater, you could add in steak. There's no steak recipes in there because I don't eat red meat, right? But I did put in like notes that you could add whatever protein you want. Also with like the yogurt bowls, for example, I add chia seeds to mine. So like my chia seed pudding are yogurt bowls because the base of it is Greek yogurt, but you can make it whatever you want. I personally like to add chia seeds for the extra fiber, and it also does have that protein boost. So like, make the guide yours, and then definitely tag me. Like, if you use a recipe from the book, like, tag me on my Insta. I love to see how you all are like bringing the recipes to life. Of course, you've seen me bring some to life on this channel. We'll continue to bring them to life because these are like my core things that I keep in rotation, and some other things that I've tried over the years that just work and I liked, and I'm like, oh, that would be fun to include. But yeah, I just really appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all at the gym. We are doing our leg day workout. So again, this is an hourglass routine that we're on, and we are building our lower body, maintaining a sculpted upper body, right? So like, we're lifting heavy on lower body, and then for upper body, we're doing more of like moderate intensity to endurance, and then we have our cardio day. So it's 4 days a week, and this is our leg days. So yeah, I'm gonna eat my salad. If you meal prepped with me in the previous video, y'all saw that we did our snacks, our breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the week. So right now I'm having lunch, which is with just a tuna salad, and this is day 3, so it's been 3 days since y'all seen me. So I've eaten this tuna salad so many ways. I've eaten it as a sandwich, I've eaten it as wraps. Like, I've just done the things, but it literally takes me 5 minutes to put together lunch, which is perfect if I'm in between meetings or just like coming back from a workout or heading out to a workout like we're about to do. And then another thing that I learned, and this is from like a macro tracking discussion. And again, if you're like, girl, macro tracking, what are you talking about? Check out my goals. We talked about them. Check out how to count calories. Like, I try to pack a lot of value in that video, but also make it short, and there are chapters. So just go to the chapter about how to count your macros. One of the things that you will understand is that every calorie counts. Like, I'm trying to do as clean or as lean of a bulk as possible because I don't want to get too fluffy. Like, I'm going to gain weight all over, in my stomach, in my arms, maybe some back, like whatever. And then we'll shed that extra fat, right, to reveal the muscle. But in the past, I've done like dirty bulks, and I'm like, oh, I don't care. I was eating fast food. I was eating all of the things because I'm like, I need the calories. But in years since then, I've noticed a big difference between clean bulks and dirty bulks. And when I am cleaner and really on point of my nutrition, it minimizes the amount of fat that goes to my upper body, right? Like, and honestly, I'm low-key kind of lazy, so like I would like to have to do less work to cut this time around. So I'm trying to do the front end work to make sure my nutrition is clean. So even with this tuna salad, like instead of using oil, one of the tricks that I did, which is perfect if you're also in a space like me, is I massage my kale with water and it still gets soft, and then you don't have to worry about the extra 100 to 200 calories of adding olive oil, which is clutch. And I don't know if it came through in the video, but I did add Trader Joe's Green Goddess dressing to it. That's one of the few dressings that have like really clean, like real ingredients, like you could read them all. So I definitely added that to give it a little nice flavor profile, and a little bit of lime juice, a little lime squeeze. So basically it's sweet green without croutons and stuff that I might normally get. And then as far as supplements, so y'all know I don't take like pre-workout or whatever, but I do take creatine. So this is the creatine that I take and have been taking for years. I'm not gonna hold you, I don't enjoy how I bloat with it when I start taking it, but I was talking on Threads and some of the ladies were saying basically you have to take it every day. You can't just like only take it when you're bulking. Your body has to get used to it, and it has to be like completely saturated in your muscles. So I tried that this time around, and I have noticed that the bloating has been subsiding, and also I've minimized my sugar. I think that was a part of it too. Like I was just taking in a lot of like sugar and salt. Like I've noticed since I cleaned up my diet, the creatine isn't even bothering me from a bloating perspective. And again, like I talked about it last year, but this is the brand I love because of how they produce the creatine. And there's only like some creatines will be like, oh yeah, it's creatine, and then these other 5 ingredients, but this one is specifically just creatine. It literally says absolutely none. It's talking about other ingredients because the only one is creatine. And I just find that I'm able to build muscle faster when I'm on creatine. So that's why I never leave it. I'm not gonna not take creatine, but I want to make sure that I'm taking it in a way that it's helping the movement, right? The other thing that I take is probiotics. So I do take my once daily probiotics. Again, this is another one I've been taking for years. It's doctor formulated. Both of these are linked below, but these are the supplements that I take on a regular. And then I recently started taking ashwagandha, which that took, to me, I feel like it took a little longer before I really noticed a difference, like 60 days on it. But I do love the brand that I'm taking. Hold on, I can show you all. Like as far as stress support, this is getting it for me. So this is the Himalaya ashwagandha. Really love this, and I definitely noticed that I just feel like more mellow. Not in a, I don't know if you could say that on YouTube. I'm still learning, y'all, but just like, I just feel more even. And it also has immune boosting support. So I enjoy it. So those are the 3 things that I take. And then I take a regular multivitamin. I don't have a specific one that I love. I also take a B vitamin complex. So those 5 things are what I take, and those are all linked below. And then, yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I think that's it. I mean, you'll see the fit at the gym. I did get a chance to get a pack from Honor. I purchased this, so I'm not saying get a pack. They sent a pack, but if you want to send me a pack, Chrissy, what's up? But I did appreciate that I have a chance to support some of the creators that I like. So I did 2 separate small orders for the 2 creators that I feel like have helped me on my journey, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that. But I also will give my real opinion about Honor, because there are some things that I noticed with this brand that I haven't heard that type of feedback when I'm going through like influencers talk about Honor Active. So I'm going to share that in a whole separate vid. And we've been yapping, y'all. Like, I need to charge this camera so that y'all can see the workout. So I'm gonna eat my salad and I'll see you at the gym. Y'all, going to the gym in the winter time is real crazy because it's cold and it's dark, whether you're going in the morning or at night. And it just never feels great until you're like actually in the gym. Like the whole way from the bed, drive over, Even like getting here, it's just like, I could be asleep right now. But you know what we about to do? Get it in the series and be able to have all the workouts you need to build your hourglass shape.
Yeah.